Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Sleazeball. This is going to be my stardom, situm tight ends for week 2. In the top black box, I will give you the away team. In the bottom black box, it will be the home team. I will give you a green bar for the stardoms, a yellow for a maybe, and possibility why they could be a stardom tight end this week, or you should sit them, either one. The red will be the no-go. And as always, guys, if you like the content, like and subscribe right there. It helps your boy out a ton. I'm trying to pump out as much content as I can to help you win. And I'm also going to give you a bold call that I'm going to throw up on the board right now, and I'll leave it the whole time. And if you guys have any questions or thoughts of your own, drop them in the comments, rosters, anything fantasy football, and I'll try to get back to it as fast as I can. And let's start balling, baby. Here is the bold prediction of the week. I will talk about it when I get to that team, but I'm going to leave that up the whole time. Starting off with game 1, it is going to be the Niners at the LA Rams. George Kittle is always going to be green for me. I mean, he's such an athletic specimen that he's going to be green every game, especially with how much Purdy likes him. He had 6 targets last week, only 3 receptions, 19 yards, but the game got out of hand early, became a run fest. I do expect him to at least come close to his projection. The Rams do play the Niners tough, which is, hard to come by. They said he was going to play limited off injury. It really didn't feel like he did, even though they balled out and the game was gone quick. Kittle's a must start for sure. Heading over to Tyler Higbee, who I expected more from in week 1, but he's going to be green for me until Cooper Kupp comes back no matter what. He should be a focal point of this offense. He only had 3 targets, 3 receptions, 49 yards. He did get a 20-yard catch that was nice, but he should have been looked at more, I felt like. It became the Puka Nacua show, which was very shocking to me. I didn't know that would really happen like that. But he only got 8% target share, 2 out of all the 48 passes they threw, which, I expect more for Higbee this week. And the Niners' weak spot actually on defense is their tight end. That is the one place they can get beat. So this is kind of a smash play for me for Higbee this week. Heading over to the Bears and the Bucs game in Tampa. I'm going to put Cole Kmet in green. He was very impressive to start. He had 7 targets, 5 receptions, 44 yards. Here's the interesting part, because you have Justin Fields and you have the scrambles, right? He led all tight ends in yak to start week 1, which is a very good plus for him. I like Cole Kmet a lot versus Tampa Bay this week. He should at least be like a 10-plus player, which is very hard to find at tight end since everyone struggles at tight ends. And he also saw the 3rd most red zone targets. He had 2 red zone targets. I know they were in garbage time and the Bears didn't play good, but I expect the Bears to bounce back and have a huge game this week. And Cole Kmet must start tight end for me. Heading over to the Tampa side, Cade Otton was one of my sleeper calls early. I figured that Baker Mayfield would do more checkdowns. The checkdown did not happen from Baker Mayfield in week 1 at all. He's supposed to be passing to Rashad White and hit Cade. Didn't happen. But he got 3 targets, 2 receptions, 19 yards. Nothing great here. I'm going to keep him in yellow just because he's not like a full sit-em for me, because he is the full-time tight end. There's not much competition behind him. I'll keep him yellow, but he could be like a dart throw DFS if you want to stack your lineup and play a cheap tight end or something like that. All right, so diving into the next game, it is going to be the Raiders at the Bills. Now, I want to show you something here first before I pull the players up, right? This is the depth chart, the versus sign. So this is the depth chart for the Raiders. I did not know that Austin Hooper was even the number 1 tight end. I thought, a high draft pick on Michael Mayer, they should use him. That did not happen. So here it comes right here. Michael Mayer and Austin Hooper are both going to be red. It was an abysmal showing for the tight ends for the Raiders. They did get the win in the game. I mean, until you see more, I can't even look at either one. Both red, 100%. Heading down to the Bills side, this was very impressive for a rookie opening game. Dalton Kincaid was 98% usage at tight end. That is insanity in a high-powered offense. This is a buy now tight end if you need a tight end, and everyone needs a tight end after week 1. So, he had 4 targets, 4 receptions, 26 yards. 4 targets, 4 receptions, catching every ball. That's great for a rookie's first game. Tight end is a position we all struggle with. Let me give you some metrics here on him. Snap share was number 10. Slot snaps was number 3 in the NFL, 28. Routes ran for a tight end was 38, number 3. These are all top 5 metrics. Average cushion he got was 4 yards. That's number 5 in the NFL. This is a must-buy tight end before it is too late. He's going to have a monster breakout season at a position that we struggle at as a rookie, which is very tough to do. Heading into the next game, this was very, very strange to me. This is the Redskins and the Broncos, and this is my star player, but I'll get to that next. Logan Thomas was incredible volume for week one. Like, no, guy was on every wire. 8 targets for this guy, second most in the NFL at the tight end position. I mean, you could honestly even think about starting this guy now. It's crazy to say. I know his injuries history is through the roof, but he had 8 targets, 4 receptions, 43 yards. Okay. Slot snaps, he was number 16. Target rate, it was 28%. He was number 5. Target share was 28%. He was number 3. 8 targets, again, he was number 3. Air yards, he was number 9. I mean, all his metrics, receptions, number 9. Is crazy for a tight end for Logan Thomas. I mean, he actually should not be on your wire, and that's crazy to say. I don't know if the production is going to keep up, but after what you saw in week one, has to be a must start. Heading into my bold prediction for a tight end that no one even knows is Adam Troutman. I'm going to say that he goes for 10 plus points. Or I'm going to say he gets a TD also, but it will be 10 plus points in the game. So you got Greg Dulcich now out 2 to 3 weeks. He saw 5 targets, 5 receptions, caught every ball, 34 yards. Okay. Now, here we go. Let's break into this. Red zone targets, he was number 3. Receptions, number 3. Yards per route run, number 9. True catch rate, number 2. I mean, every metric is here. And now that he has Greg Dulcich gone, I know that Judy will be back. He is one of my great DFS plays this week. Or best ball if you draft, best ball weekly, whatever. Adam Troutman is going to be solid value at the very bottom of the list of tight ends, and I like him a lot this week, and he is startable as your tight end. This is my bold prediction call. Monday night time, it is going to be the Browns at the Steelers division rivalry game. If you need a tight end, I know the draft capital spent on Njoku was higher than most. He's not, super high value, but this is the time to smash, play, and buy now. Amari Cooper, this update came earlier in the preseason time that the hernia was happening and the growing injury was going to happen, and it actually did today, and he's questionable, which was the talk for a long time. Now that makes Njoku the prime target. I'm not going to say Elijah Moore is. No. This is a buy now time, smash play, DFS, whatever it is, 100%. Njoku Monday night is going to go off. I'm telling you right now. And I also put Harrison Bryant, who caught a touchdown last week, in yellow, just because the Amari Cooper news. They might run more 2 tight end sets, and he actually gets, a couple looks here and there, but he's, another dart throw if you want a kind of red zone touchdown. He's a big body. Not bad if you like super deep leagues. Heading over the Steelers side, the only bright light for the Steelers that happened in week one versus the best defense. But like I said, remember the Niners struggle versus tight ends. So Pat actually got a little, production last week of, 4 targets, 1 reception, nothing great, but his usage is through the roof. He's top 5 metrics in usage. He had 3 red zone targets. None of them converted. The Niner defense is very good in the red zone. I mean, not amazing, but this is a time in a game now where he can thrive because you have no DJ. George Pickens may draw more attention now that DJ's out, and Pat Freiermuth may be the focal point in this game, and I think that is what's going to happen. Pat Freiermuth is a smash play. Now, I put Darnell Washington in red. Most people are not going to know who this guy is, but he's their draft pick that they took in the draft, and if anything happens to Pat, this guy is huge, bro. You just need to, look up this guy's body size and weight and everything. He's like a WWE monster. So if anything happens to Pat, I'm not wishing injury on nobody, but I put him on there. Just, keep your eye on the wire for him in case anything does happen. This next game right here is going to be one of my actual favorite tight end games that I want to watch, which is this next game right here is going to be an interesting tight end battle, and I'm going to break it down here in a different way. So Darren Waller got absolutely taken out of the game by the Cowboys score last week. I mean, that was 40-0. It was over. I'm not judging any metrics. I do think Waller's going to have a monster season. He's going to see a ton of targets. He only saw 5 targets, 3 receptions, 36 yards. But the game was out of hand. You didn't really get to see anything happen. This should be a smash play for the Giants, or else every Giants owner is going to be out of their mind nervous. I mean, you can't be a playoff team, get smashed by the Cowboys, and lose to the Cardinals for a tanking. So this is a Darren Waller smash game. And if it's not, you better start getting worried about Darren Waller. I mean, there's really nothing else you can say. I mean, the only problem, the question I have with this game is the Giants better get ahead and blow them out, which will hurt Waller. Are they really going to pass much in the second half? We don't know, but the Giants look so bad. I don't know if I can even say that. So I have Waller as a smash play, but this is a must watch your tight end after this because you can maybe get some value for Waller if this game goes bad. Heading over to the Cardinals side, unbelievable game one targets for Zach Ertz, the number one targeted tight end in the NFL. 10 targets. I know he didn't do much with him. He had 6 receptions for 21 yards. But here's my thought process here. This is why I have Trey McBride on here, okay? Zach Ertz, the Cardinals are tanking out. Zach Ertz, they're going to feature him as much as they can before the trade deadline to try and get at least like a 5th or a 6th or a 7th round pick, something to build in the draft for. That's why I have Trey McBride's name on there, because if Trey McBride gets this job in a tanking team, he will be a must-start flex tight end all the time. The volume he's going to see will be through the roof. So keep your eye on Trey McBride. Zach Ertz, I do have a start this week with how much volume he's getting. It's ridiculous. We're going on over to Duval County this week for a shootout game. It is going to be the Chiefs and Travis Kelce Kingdom coming to town. Obviously, Travis Kelce is going to be a green. I mean, no matter what. I put Blake Bell in red just because he got a touchdown last week. So, I mean, if Travis Kelce's knee goes out, obviously Blake Bell may be a shot. But Travis Kelce, probably the greatest of all time. There's nothing to talk about. Always a start every single week. I think I'll give you this. You should smash every pick 'em over every single one of them this week. I'm going full send Kelce. This game is going to be a shootout. I'll give you that stat if there's anything. If DFS play, he's expensive, but in pick'ems, take his line because it's the lowest it's ever going to be right now. Now heading to the Jags side, Evan Ingram. I missed on. Okay, I was like, I'm down on him. Regression season last year was kind of a fluke at the end for his numbers to bolster so much. He had 5 targets, 5 receptions, 49 yards, which for any tight end last week was very good, right? Now you get the Chiefs in the shootout game. I'm going to put Evan Ingram on a must start here. I'm going to usually put him in yellow or red if I feel like the game is going to be, Jags get ahead or it's going to be closer. But I do think this is a volume game for Evan Ingram and a must start play for him this week. The most nerve-wracking fantasy owner manager game is right here. It is the Chargers and the Titans. Not just tight end base, but we're talking about tight ends now. So last week I had both these guys on sit 'em, and everyone was telling me Gerald Everett's going to go off. Stop buying into the Gerald Everett hype. This guy is just a medium player. That's just what it is. He's not going to really give you a breakout game. He's going to give you 4 to 5 points. He should be on most wires. This game, the Titans defense, though, I'll put him in yellow. This is the last time I'm going to put him in yellow if he doesn't produce at least like 6 points, I'm not a fan of Gerald Everett. This is the Keenan Allen smash game for me, 100%. But heading over to the Titans side, this was my number one sit-em last week, and some people dropped him like they freaked out because he got a 0. Chig is way too good to be on the wire. If he's on your wire, you should go get him now. This is his game right here. This is the Chig game. D-Hop may not play. Treylon Burks, a couple people were high on him. I'm not that high on Treylon Burks. He had 0 points last week against the Saints. The Saints are the number one defense versus the tight end for the past 2 years, bro. So that's why I had him on sit-em. The Chargers are 29th. This is a Chig smash game. If you need a tight end right now and he's on your wire, go get him right now and put him in this game. I'm telling you, it's giving the Chig time. I can't really, determine if D-Hop's going to play it or not. I'm not a doctor, but most reports look like he's not going to. If D-Hop plays, I'd probably, drop Chig down a little bit, and it's a smash for D-Hop 100%. But get him in your lineups. The rookie QB battle. The Texans at home versus the Colts. So this was actually kind of impressive, So I'm going to start off with, in red is Jelani Woods. He's on IR. I was really high on Jelani Woods coming into the season. He's a massive body. Obviously, he's out for 4 weeks. Now, Kyle Granson steps in, and this guy saw top 3 tight end target usage with 6 targets, 4 receptions, 39 yards. That's very impressive. I'm going to keep that in the yellow. No one really knows who this is, but how hard the tight end position is, I'm going to give him yellow on that. Heading over to the Texans side, man, this was disappointing. This was really, you can't pay a tight end $9 million and he walks out the game with 4 yards. Okay. I mean, Dalton Schultz is better than this. I had him. I want to put him in green so bad because it's a rookie battle. I don't feel like this game is going to be high scoring. I feel like it's going to be 2017 or 24-20, close the whole way. He should see volume. I mean, I know that Michael Pittman was the lock on, or not Michael. We're talking Texans. I know that Robert Woods was the lock on target, which was insane. I mean, I don't understand how Robert Woods got 48% target share, but Dalton Schultz, if you're going to pay this guy this much money, get him in the game. I mean, he's your best player probably in the receiving corps. He's probably better than Nico Collins at the moment, even though Nico Collins looks good. Should be your reliable security blanket. I'm still saying he's startable, but I'm putting him in yellow just because how bad week 1 was. I mean, they were behind the whole way, and he still didn't get looked at. I don't know if that's the Ravens double team and taking him away. I don't think you double team Dalton Schultz, but it was very, very disappointing week 1. So I'm a little nervous on Dalton Schultz if he doesn't show up in this rookie battle game. Tight ends to target as a buy now is coming right now. This is going to be the Jets at the Dallas Cowboys this week, okay? I mean, anybody that's playing Dallas right now at this rate, I all have red. Every single player. Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Dalvin Cook, I mean, Al Lazard. Every single one of them. This defense is Niner status now after game 1. I mean, they just took the Giants and just rolled them like it was nothing, okay? So I'm not even going to talk about the Jets with Zach Wilson at quarterback. All red. Now, Jake Ferguson, okay? This game was out of hand, by the way. So it was 40-0. It was 20-0 in a heartbeat. It was 30-0. It was over quick. He got 7 targets on 29 snaps. So that is over 33% of the time he was on the field, he was getting targeted. If you remember Dak and Dalton Schultz when they're healthy, he loves his tight ends, Jason Witten, whatever you want to look at. He loves them. This is a buy now tight end at very, very cheap value that you can get without giving up much draft capital or whatever it is. If you're in dynasty draft pick, whatever kind of trade you're making. But trust me, go get Jake Ferguson, Luke Shoemaker, their draft pick rookie, didn't make it through camp, and this looks like it's going to be Jake Ferguson's job. 100% buy now tight end. I can't wait to see what he will do with more snaps in a close game where it matters. Because right now, you're looking at it like he didn't play that much. Yeah, they were up so much, he didn't play that much. So most, managers might not know that stat. So now is the time to jump on Jake Ferguson. It's going to be the battle division rivalry of the Ravens flock and the Bengals. Mark Andrews is always green. He's a go, full practice. Nothing much to say there. Isaiah Likely in the red, the biggest DFS bust last week or waiver wire pickup if you started him. It was awful. Irv Smith Jr. for the Bengals. Now, I expect this game to be this is like my highest scoring game call of the week. I feel like both these teams had a struggle week 1. The Ravens, I don't know if you call it a struggle, but, they game script fell to the run game the whole time against the Texans. You didn't really get to see the offense, even though, like, Zay Flowers got 10 targets. That looked nice. Mark Andrews is going to go off this game, I feel like. But Irv Smith Jr. is a nice tight end piece that they were hampered by the weather. So, I mean, you didn't really see Jamar Chase. You didn't see Higgins. You didn't see Irv Smith. But Irv Smith got 5 targets and T. Higgins got 0. So, I mean, he got 5 targets, 3 receptions, 17 yards. You get a game where it's moving and the offense is flowing. I think Irv Smith may be a viable tight end. It's still in yellow because I'm not fully sure yet. But when he's healthy, he's athletic and he's very hard to guard as a tight end. I mean, if you've ever watched him at the Vikings, he didn't play a lot because he was always injured. This guy can move, man. So this is a nice piece for the Bengals to pick up. I want to see it, come to fruition like 2-3 weeks now. But Irv Smith, someone to keep your eye on if he's on your wire for sure, because the tight end position is so hard. I mean, if you don't have a top superstar, you're playing waiver wire roulette the whole time and what tight end you want. So Irv Smith, keep your eye on him 100%. The rookie. So this game last year between the Lions and the Seahawks was, I believe, the highest scoring game of the year at 48-45. I don't know if the fireworks are going to fly that much this time, but Iowa U, Sam Laporta rookie, looked so damn good. It was ridiculous. You didn't really see it in the stat sheet. I mean, I think he had 5 receptions. He caught every pass, 5 receptions for 39 yards. But the blocking that he did, freed Montgomery for the win. They played at Arrowhead, opening game NFL. It is rocking, and he came out, lit it up. It was open numerous times. I know Goff missed a couple plays here and there, but that's game 1. You're also playing the Super Bowl champs. I'm not really looking much into it. They got the win. That's all that matters. This is a I don't really know if anyone would sell him because he looks so good. If you can buy now on Sam Laporta, the volume is going to be there weekly for a rookie, which is very hard to find in a rookie year, just like Dalton Kincaid. These rookies are looking really goddamn good for rookies for fantasy football. So Sam Laporta, I'm all in on. If you can go get Sam Laporta, go get him now. That owner's probably going to want more. That's the problem because the upside looks so high. But this is a go get tight end 100%. He's a weekly starter. Noah Fant and Will Dissly. On to the next. This one boggles my mind. I mean, Kyle Pitts. For the love of God, Arthur Smith, free Kyle Pitts of this system. It is ridiculous. This guy is too athletically talented. I mean, I saw tweets. There was a video tweet that was a minute 30. So Kyle Pitts only ran 20 routes. Think about that when I'm telling you this. There was a minute 30 Twitter video clip of Kyle Pitts standing with his hands wide open, like 3-4 times, running across the middle, wide open, 3-4 times, heading down the sideline, wide open, 3-4 times. It's just terrible. Get out now if you own Kyle Pitts. Nothing is going to change. It is the same scenario for every year. He's going to do it. He's not. This system is not built for a tight end. That is not how Arthur Smith and the Falcons do it. This is a ground and pound run game. Look at Drake London, man. 0. Get him out. Get them all out. Heading over to the Packers side, another rookie phenom that I was talking about with like Sam Laporta and Dalton Kincaid. These are all startable tight ends as rookies, which never really happens in fantasy football. Luke Musgrave looked impressive, okay? 4 targets, 3 receptions, 50 yards. But, I mean, his usage was 88%. That is tight end 1 usage. It is ridiculous. He was number 2 in receiving yards. He was number 1 in target depth. He was number 3 in air yard share. Number 1 in air yards. I mean, every metric you're looking at right now, I know that Christian Watson was out of this game, so it's going to, boost his numbers a little bit. But he also got target separation from the defender at the number 3 rate as a rookie. So if you ever watch this guy at Oregon State, man, if he didn't get hurt versus Fresno State in college, he would have been a first-round pick, maybe up there with Dalton Kincaid. He's a monster. Luke Musgrave is another buy now candidate for me 100% at tight end. Besides the way he runs, I don't know, it looks funny, but I've said that in a couple of videos now. It just trips me out to watch him like waddle. It looks like the waddle dance to run the tight end. But yeah, go get Luke Musgrave. He looks damn good. Heading into another division rivalry game, the Saints versus the Panthers. Juwan Johnson, I'm never really high on that much, but if I ever was, this is the game where it's going to happen. The red zone percentage of targets that the Panthers give up is number 1 in the NFL last year in 2022. Juwan Johnson should feast a touchdown here. I'm never really that high on Juwan Johnson, especially with how many weapons the Saints have. And Michael Thomas, Chris Olave is a god. And Rashid Shaheed is coming, man. So he's 4th on the totem pole pretty much is what it looks like, which is not great. But this is the one game where I'm going to give him a green. Taysom Hill, I mean, who's registered as a tight end now, so a depth chart. But I think 4 carries, 8 yards, no receptions, no nothing. He's not the Taysom of old. That's not going to happen anymore. That gadget play. This is the first, probably the last time I'll leave him on this list, but he's 100% red. Heading to the Panthers side, my favorite DFS call last week was play Hayden Hurst, and it hit. 7 targets, second most targeted, 5 receptions, 41 yards, touchdown, number 2 tight end on the week. Amazing, okay? So you have Bryce Young. They didn't even unleash him, by the way. So they were down in this game, and they still were running the ball like to the Falcons of 2022. If they open this up, Hayden Hurst is going to be the security blanket. He's a startable tight end weekly at this rate. Their wide receiver core is beat up. I know DJ Shark is back. Jonathan Mingo didn't look the part. Thielen's beat up. This is the go-to guy. Number 3 in red zone targets for a tight end. Number 1 in total yards. Number 3 in receptions. Number 9 in receiving yards. Number 13 in yak. All top 10 metrics, and he wasn't even drafted. Dominator rating, 64%. Number 1 most dominant tight end. Target premium, 109. Number 3. I mean, all his metrics. EPA, number 5. Best ball, number 2. Fantasy points per route, number 3. I mean, everything. Total fantasy points, 15. Number 2 on the week. Amazing numbers from Hayden Hurst. You should be trying to target him because I think that person that owns him doesn't know the value they have. So if you can go get Hayden Hurst right now, dude, I would take Hayden Hurst over Kyle Pitts right now. And I would even, the pick you gave up for Kyle Pitts, you're not going to like doing that. But I would rather have Hayden Hurst than Kyle Pitts. Last but not least, yes, I've been wanting to talk about Hunter Henry. So for the Dolphins side, impressive start for a guy that no one knew. Durham Smythe saw 7 targets. I know it was a shootout game with the Chargers. I don't know, but with the Dolphins' high-flying offense, he could see 6 to 7 targets a week. That's serviceable for a tight end at this rate. I mean, 44 yards. Durham Smythe, I'm saying his name like that. He was number 4 in targets. He played 100% of the snaps. By the way, just think about that for a second. 100% snap player for the Dolphins offense, as long as Tua is healthy, is a startable player in any tight end format there is. That is the most snaps played for any tight end. I did not see any of this coming. He should not be on your wire, honestly. Durham Smythe should be picked up at the rate that he's playing right now. Now, heading to the Patriots side. Yes, this is my favorite tight end this week is Hunter Henry. I put him on my ballers list. I know he was tight end 1 last week, so it's like I'm feeding right into the beast, right? But he gets the Dolphins. They're going to be playing from behind. The Dolphins for the past 3 years have been top 5 worst versus the tight end. Mac Jones looks confident. He had 6 targets, 5 receptions, 56 yards versus the Philly D, which we thought the Philly D was good week 1. And then we just saw on Thursday night the Philly D just got eaten up by Hawkinson. So if you have any tight end, listen to this now. Any tight end matchup that is playing against the Eagles this year looks like a plus, 100%. But Hunter Henry is going to be, if you watched my YouTube video before, I put him at number 5 on the week. He's in I put top 5 ballers. If he is on your wire, go get him now, 100%. The metrics that he has were insane. Air yards, he was number 2. Target depth, he was number 6. Red zone targets, number 8. Catchable rate, he didn't drop anything, 100%. Now, yards per route run, he was number 7. I mean, everything about Hunter Henry. Target premium, 91%, number 4. Now, here we go. Production premium, number 1. EPA, number 1. QB per target rating, number 1. Best ball points, number 1. Everything he had, total fantasy points, number 1. He's going to be the guy. I know that Mike Gesicki, I'm going to put in yellow here just because the Patriots wide receivers are beat up, and I feel like they're down in this game, so you might be able to catch a touchdown from Gesicki for like that, DFS or whatever it is. But it's Hunter Henry time. Go get him now. He is startable weekly. His numbers are insane. And that is it for my stardom tight end, guys. I got all the designs done and everything this week finally. So next week, these videos will be pumping out faster. It was an absolute grind. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. If you guys have any comments, drop them down below. I'd love to answer, love to talk fantasy, trades, whatever it is. And as always, guys, like and subscribe. And good luck in your matchups. Let's go, baby. It's almost kickoff time. I'm out.